Thank you for turning to page 121. Today we're going to take a look at lying in the game of Traveler. I'm going to take most of my information out of the 2022 core rulebook update, although you can use the information in this video on and literally any version of Traveler. We're just going to take a look at the skills that would enable you to get a roll when you're lying. And lying will cover any kind of dissembling, playing with the truth, things like that. Stuff that would help you if you were, say, I don't know, smuggling or something like that, or breaking the law. So we're going to take a look at the various skills that would help you to prevaricate as taken from 2022 update. This is in response to several viewers' comments wondering what skills that I as a GM would allow to help somebody better lie in Traveler. So an interesting video topic. So thank you to the viewers who commented about this, and I'm going to go ahead and take a look at it today. Also, very quick reminder, subscribers, please. Anybody who has, thank you very much. Channel's growing nicely, but it has slowed a little bit. Not sure why. Let's keep her growing. Also, I have a Patreon going with rewards right now. And I have a poll going on Patreon. The poll is completely free. I'm just looking for suggestions for future games for the channel. I've listed about 8 or 9 games that I might want to cover, that are games I have access to, that I'm familiar with, I've run, and I just want to see what kind of interest there is. Right now, Battletech is the front runner, so if you're interested in Battletech, please let me know in the comments or the poll. I'll put a link to the poll below. But that's it for the commercial. So back to the important thing. Lying in Traveler, what skills you need. And remember, everything I say is a lie. I am lying. Today on page 121. All right, lying. Let's start out by saying that as a GM, I don't necessarily require that players have a specific skill in order to be able to try to lie convincingly. It really depends on the role-playing as we're playing the game. That being said, if I want to make a roll as to whether an NPC believes a lie, then yeah, I do need a skill for that. So I'm going to take a look at the skills that I think apply, and there's a couple in here that might actually surprise you a little bit, as far as ones that I think would be appropriate. So we'll take a look. But like I said, everything today is out of the 2022 core rulebook update. That doesn't mean this doesn't apply to all versions of Traveler. It does. There's skills for lying in all of Traveler. We're going to go to the very first one, in my opinion. The king daddy of them all for liars is deception. Deception allows a traveler to lie fluently, disguise themselves, perform sleight of hand, and fool onlookers. Most underhanded ways of cheating and lying fall under deception. So pretty straightforward. There's your liar's skill right there. That would be the number one skill for me. The rest I'm going to go through, and they're going to be ones that I think actually really apply just for the skill itself, ones that I would allow to just give a modifier to a lie. Now, that being said, if somebody had multiples of these skills, I probably would just let it top out with one skill, whichever the skill had the highest level. I'd let that be the die modifier. I don't think I'd go ahead and I'd add these to one another, because that could make somebody a really convincing liar. So first off, admin. Yes, admin. Admin is actually great for lying. My opinion, I've done administrative stuff for many, many years, different jobs. And yeah, one of the key things you end up doing sometimes is lying a little bit. Stretching the truth, I guess I want to say, as pertains to myself, because, I never lie. But lying is, or administration, admin is a very good choice for lying. I would let somebody use that as a lying skill. Also, advocate, because in this case, well, let's go back to admin for a moment. The skill covers bureaucracies and administration of all sorts, including the navigation of bureaucratic obstacles or disasters. It also covers tracking inventories, ship manifests, and other records. That would be a tremendous opportunity to lie. You can lie to others. You can lie on forums. Admin, I think, is a very good one to lie. The next one up is advocate. Advocate gives a knowledge of common legal codes and practices, especially interstellar law. It also gives the traveler experience in oratory, debate, and public speaking, making an excellent skill for lawyers and politicians. Who lies better than lawyers and politicians? I don't really know. I think advocate is an excellent one for lying. Next one's a little surprising. Art, specifically performer. The traveler is a trained actor, dancer or a singer at home on the stage, screen or hollow, performing in a play, gives you an example. So actors are very often referred to as professional liars. I would have no issue with somebody who had a performer background, even if it was only in dance or something. I would allow that to be a skill that could be used to modify the believability of a lie. Next up, pretty obvious one in my opinion, a broker. The broker's skill allow a traveler to negotiate trades and arrange fair deals. It's heavily used when trading. A lot of that kind of skill is, of course, lying. Carouse, absolutely another one. Carousing is the art of socializing, having fun, and also ensuring other people have fun, an infectious good humor. It also covers social awareness and subterfuge in such situations. That's right there. I mean, the person says, does my butt look big in this outfit? And you say no. Well, there you go. So carouse absolutely fits. I've already touched on deception. Diplomat. Absolutely, diplomat is a good thing of lying. The diplomat skill is for negotiating deals, establishing peaceful contact, and smoothing over social faux pas. It includes how to behave in high society and proper ways to address nobles. It is a much more formal skill than persuade. So diplomat absolutely involves lying. I would absolutely let that be one. Coming up next, we have to actually go on the page. We go to gambler. Anybody who's played poker or any kind of competitive card game knows that when you're bluffing, you're lying. The traveler is familiar with a wide variety of gambling games such as poker, roulette, blackjack, horse racing, sports betting, and so on. Has an excellent grasp of statistics and probability. Gambler increases the rewards from the benefits roll, giving the traveler die modifier +1 to the cash rolls if they have gambler 1 or better, which is a great reason to take gambler, and you can become a proficient liar with it. Next up, one that I found that I really feel it hits is leadership. The leadership skills for directing, inspiring, and rallying allies and comrades. A traveler may make leadership action in combat as detailed on page 74. Anybody who leads has to, as part of their leading, lies. Come on, guys, we've got a chance to beat North Central in this game. Yeah, you're pretty much possibly lying. You maybe not believe it yourself, but you've got to say it because you're the guy out in front leading everyone. And then we go to persuade. Absolutely, persuade is about lying. Persuade is a more casual, informal version of diplomat. It covers fast talking, bargaining, wheedling, and bluffing. It also covers bribery or intimidation. All of those would be good lying skills. I would also allow persuade to be, if nobody had broker, I would allow persuade to possibly substitute for broker, at least as far as the crafting the deal is concerned. Maybe not without the broker skill, you wouldn't get the proper value, but you might get a good deal for on the spot. So that one's a little tricky, but it's definitely something to think about. And then we come over to our old friend, StreetWise. A traveler with the StreetWise skill understands the urban environment and the power structures in society. On their home world and in related systems, they know criminal contacts and fixers. On other worlds, they quickly intuit power structures and fit into local underworlds. So StreetWise absolutely involves lying. It's definitely a skill that you would need in order to be StreetWise. Now, I've got a couple of others that I think fall in this category, but maybe not quite as much, because it's not part of the skill per se, but I think it actually can be used if it came to it. So if I wanted to lie and I don't have the gambler skill or the deception skill, what about Jack of all trades? Jack of all trades gives you it keeps you from having a negative modifier on your skill roll. So if I have a Jack of all trades 3, then my liar skill in this case is at least going to be a 0 modifier. If I have Jack of all trades 2, I'll be at a -1, Jack of all trades -2, etc. So Jack of all trades absolutely, I feel, falls into this category. One that might surprise a little bit is medic. The medic skill covers emergency first aid and battlefield triage, as well as diagnosis, treatment, surgery, and long-term care. I have found, through personal experience, that doctors can make excellent liars. I don't mean that necessarily as a negative thing. A lot of times it's done as a compassionate thing, but doctors can be really good liars when they need to be. And then the final one, and again, I feel this one is pretty on point, is steward. The steward skill allows the traveler to serve and care for nobles and high-class passengers. It covers everything from proper address and behavior to cooking and tailoring, as well as basic management skills. A traveler with a steward skill is necessary on any ship offering high passage. Of course, sir, excellent choice for your meal. Oh no, madam, you look wonderful in that color. That's part of a steward's job. You want to make the customer feel relaxed. The passenger aboard the ship, you want them to feel at home. You want to do everything you can to make them feel welcome and make them think that their choices and things are good. Therefore, a steward is usually an excellent liar. Now, having pitched my reasons for allowing jack of all trades, medic, and steward as lying skills, you might want to give those as maybe a -1. So if it were, for instance, jack of all trades wouldn't apply the -1. But a medic or steward who is just flat lying to try to sneak past a guard or something, that's not really what they're good at lying. So you might want to go ahead and give them a -1 modifier on the die roll. So if it was a steward skill 3 and he were to try to bluff his way past a guard and really tell a lie out of his natural area of comfort, then maybe I would only give him 2 levels toward the die roll instead of all 3. I'd give a die modifier -1. Just my way of looking at it, I think all of these can make for really good lying skills. And there are others too. I looked at possibly recon as a liar one. That's an argument there. Stealth is also another one that you could make an argument for. But I decided I wouldn't include either one of those because those involve more physical movement and things like that as opposed to just looking somebody in the eye and lying to them. And as long as I'm on the topic of lying, in my opinion, what alien race would probably be the best liars out there? The WAPs. They're born bureaucrats. These guys know red tape inside and out. If they want to delay you, they can delay you. And if they need to lie about it, they can lie to you. So, just my opinion. There might be another race out there I'm not thinking of that could do it better, but the ultimate bureaucrat race kind of strikes me as being a really good race at lying. So, just some thoughts on the liars, the ability to lie in Traveler. There are many, many times you're going to need it to sneak past that guard, to get past customs, to broker a deal. There are going to be a lot of times you're going to have to stretch the truth a little bit. And to do that, you want to have some skills. So these are the skills I would look for as I was putting together a group to go on an adventure. I would make sure that some of these skills were in the group just so we had something that everybody could fall back on. And I might want to spread these out a little bit. Maybe the characters who are less combat oriented, maybe give them more of these kind of skills so they have something to do also. They're not always going to be in the firefight or effective in the firefight. So maybe you have them be the ones that can get you out of a firefight with their quick wit. So that's all I've got to say today about lying. Maybe. I don't know. Is it? Today on page 121, I want to thank you for watching. Don't lie in real life, I guess I want to say. But it can be a lot of fun in a role-playing game. So that's all I've got to say today. I want to thank you for your time. Thanks for watching. Please leave a comment if you had a really good liar situation going on. That can be a lot of fun in Traveler, or in any role-playing game, really. And that's all I've got to say today for page 121. Thank you for your time. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.